Do not do dropshipping, print on demand, or retail arbitrage. And do not try to scale an e-commerce business by adding tons of products, unless you want to be broke forever. E-commerce is simple, easy, fast, and highly profitable if you do it the right way. In this video, I'll break down 80% of what actually matters in e-commerce for you. I've been doing e-commerce for 17 years now, since less than a year out of college, and I've sold over $450 million in my businesses. And I've taught some of the world's top e-commerce players who have sold billions of dollars how to do e-commerce. First, let's start with the right e-commerce model so you don't waste months or years of your life. What do Aaron Cordovez of Zule, Ted Repick of Rhino USA, and David Paul Doyle of NatureWise have in common? They all own 8-figure e-commerce businesses in which they own the brands and outsource the manufacturing. And I happen to have taught all of them how to do e-commerce. None of them built their businesses doing dropshipping, print on demand, or retail arbitrage. Those models are for people who want to stay broke and will never build real wealth. I didn't know any of this stuff 17 years ago when I started e-commerce. I was just hustling, trying to figure stuff out. I found some products I could sell online. I did wholesaling. I did drop shipping. I eventually discovered how to do private label because I had this product that was blowing up in my store, and I met a guy at the pool who said, I can create this same version of the product, slap your own label on it, and then all of a sudden your margins are way higher. I did that, changed my life forever. So I went on to private labeling and then more brand building products that are a little more unique than just slapping a label on an existing product. But that was how I ended up learning all this stuff the hard way. And in this video, I'm saving you all that time and hassle. So here's the model. Find a product that customers want to buy, create your own branded version of it, and then get your branded product in front of shoppers. That's the entire model that we're talking about here. The reason you want to pursue this model, selling your own branded consumer product versus doing something like dropshipping, where you're just hustling to sell somebody else's brand, is a dropshipping business is harder to scale, but it also is worth way less. An average valuation multiple in terms of the value you would get relative to the amount of profit you're producing is 1.5 to 3x in drop shipping. That means if you're doing $1 million a year in profit, that business is worth $1.5 to $3 million versus a consumer brand where you own the brand and you're selling it multi-channel. That business, same exact amount of profit, would be worth $6 to $9 million, 6 to 9x, far more valuable. So don't waste your time with other models. Build your own consumer brand. So now we have to figure out, what product are you going to sell? What product are you going to create your own brand of? First thing to look at is existing demand. You don't want to go out there and invent a new category, invent a new product. You want to find something that's already selling well. It's super easy to do this today because Amazon gives you all this data publicly. You can just go Amazon bestsellers, Google that, look at the Amazon bestsellers page and look at all the products that are in the top 100. Maybe you can go as high as the top 1,000 of their top level category. And if you want to dig a little deeper, you can use a tool like Helium 10 or even Amazing.com has a Chrome extension, but you don't have to have any of that sort of stuff. Just stick to products that are in the top 100 of Amazon. Those products are all absolutely crushing it. People have been proven to be buying those products, so you don't have to hope somebody will buy the product that you create. You want to look for products that sell in a range roughly from $10 to $100. Too much cheaper than that, you're not going to make that much money. Too much more expensive than products selling for $100, it's going to cost you too much to get inventory live. There's too much risk there. So look for products that are in the top 100 and sell for somewhere between $10 and $100. Then all you're doing is looking for products that you can make slightly better. So you're reading reviews. You dig into some products that you find interesting. Hopefully it's one that you already use in your own life because you're going to know more about those products than some random product you've never used before. Then look at the reviews and find out what people like and don't like. Your whole goal is to make that product slightly better. If you can make it slightly higher quality, or if you can make the materials a little bit better, if you can make the branding and packaging better tailored to a certain market, those are all ways you can win with that product or any product that you want to sell. Next, now you know the right model, sell your own brand of consumer products. You know how to find potential product opportunities. The next piece is your operations and fulfillment system. So the downside of selling consumer products is you got physical stuff. You got physical products that you have to ship and you have to store and you have to move around in the world. The upside is, though, is that it's never going away. People have been buying physical products to use in their life that they need and they want for hundreds of years, and they will be for the entire history of humanity. We need this physical stuff in our lives. If you're going out there and you're building some internet marketing hustle or creating apps or any of this kind of stuff, there's a lot more uncertainty than knowing we live in this physical world, and so we're going to need these physical products in our lives. And there's also huge scaling potential. For example, AJ Patel, who I taught how to sell on Amazon, who's the founder of Zesty Paws, sold his company for $600 million, selling pet supplements. So that's the potential of this kind of business. You can really go as big as you possibly want to. So the way you run a 7, 8, or 9-figure e-commerce business with just a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection is, first, you decide the product you want to sell, which we've talked about. Second, you contact a manufacturer. All you have to do is literally Google whatever the product is, such as sunscreen manufacturer, or go to Alibaba. You can search as well. But for products that go in or on your body, nutritional supplements, skincare type products, any of those kind of things are likely going to be made in the US if that's where you're selling. So you Google that plus manufacturer. If it's something like these blue light blocking glasses, then these products, you're probably going to go straight to Alibaba and just search blue light blocking glasses, and you're off to the races. Third, the manufacturer that you find will prepare the products for you based on your specifications. You'll say, hey, I found this sunscreen is super nice. People say that it's like just sticking to their face. It needs to rub in a little bit better. And so you contact the manufacturer, ask them how you can improve that. You work on a formulation, and then all of a sudden they're improving that product, and they prepare your product under your brand ready to ship. Then they ship your products with your brand to your fulfillment center. You can use Amazon's Fulfillment by Amazon fulfillment center, or what's called a third-party logistics company, or 3PL. They're basically just companies that own big warehouses. You have your manufacturer send them stuff, they store the inventory, and then as customers' orders, which is step number 5, the fulfillment center will automatically ship those orders out. You connect your Shopify store or your Amazon account with the fulfillment center. Customers order from your store. Those orders automatically got sent to the fulfillment center. The fulfillment center automatically ships those orders out to customers. 100% hands off. Then when inventory starts running low, all you do is tell your manufacturer to send more inventory to the fulfillment center. We, for example, do over 3,000 orders a day across Shopify and Amazon, and I've never touched a shipping box and have never even seen our fulfillment centers for this business. Next, you need the right marketing strategy. So the first thing you want to do is you got to sell a good product. You want to sell a good, high quality product that people actually want and need. So by following the first step in this process, you'll for sure sell a product people want. Then the next step is to make sure you sell a high quality version of that product so that you get good reviews. Because getting those good reviews, even if it starts with just friends and family or people you give samples to, those reviews are what you need to convince more people, strangers, to buy from you. So all you do is you're going to use likely a paid traffic source such as Facebook advertising, or you can use TikTok advertising, or you could possibly use organic content such as posting videos, reels on Facebook and Instagram, or TikTok videos. I prefer paid ads, but people have done this well with organic or free posts on social media. So you get your traffic, then you send them to a well-optimized Shopify page. Shopify is just a software you use to sell products under your own brand. So you'll have your own website address, you'll have a page with your one product listed, you send that traffic to that page with all your reviews, and then as you get more orders, you ask those customers to give you more reviews, you turn those reviews into more ads, and also you add them to your page, so your conversion rate, or the number of orders relative to the number of visitors you get, keeps getting higher and higher and higher because there's more and more proof, more positive testimonials for your product. Then after 1 year, you launch on Amazon. So start with just your Shopify store. After 1 year, launch on Amazon because you'll have so much demand built up that you're going to see traffic bleeding off onto Amazon. This is exactly what we did. We started off our first month, $17,000. By 1 year, we were doing $600,000 in sales. About halfway through that year, we launched on Amazon because so many people were searching for our brand. Immediately, we already did over $100,000 a month on Amazon in the first month because there was pre-existing demand there. We didn't have to compete with Chinese sellers. We didn't have to compete on price. All these games everyone else has to do on Amazon because we built demand outside of there first. Then lastly, you need the right scaling strategy. So the wrong way to scale, which everyone does, is you need lots of products, lots of channels. That's a nightmare and a recipe to burn all of your cash and to work 10 times harder for way less of a result. The right way to scale is to add more proof to your page, more positive testimonials like we talked about, then keep improving your offer. How can you make the pricing and the bundling more attractive so customers order more upfront and keep ordering after their first purchase? And then keep scaling your main traffic source. You've got one product, one funnel, one traffic source. That's your entire business. And that model can take you to $10 million a year in sales. Once you get there, then feel free to add more products, sales channels like maybe retail, and more traffic sources like other ad platforms, influencer marketing, and affiliates. But before you get to $10 million a year, keep it simple. Now, if you want to go deeper, get the 4-step process I use to scale our sales from $17,000 a month to $5 million a month in this next video.